أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. كنتم ترون الناس تأمرون Alhamdulillah, it is a great blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that again He has brought us back to the place where He needs worship. Many people have prayed last week, but they're not here. Many people passed away, but Alhamdulillah, Allah has given us the way to come back. Praise Allah. So, we should make sure. Today's topic is about the Khulafa. The Khulafa meaning the four people who came after Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, those who were his successors. There are four of them. Their names are Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, Umar radiallahu anhu, Uthman radiallahu anhu, and Ali radiallahu anhu. But today I will only speak about Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, since he was the successor right after Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. His real name is Abdullah bin Uthman. His mother's name is Salma and his father's name is Abu Bakr, meaning Uthman. Nabi Sallallahu, some people say his name was also Atiq. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam gave him the name because he said, Anta Atiq min an-nar, you are free from the fire. Before he even died, before he even knew that he was whether he was going to Jannah or Jahannam, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told us in this life that you are free from the fire, meaning you are free from hell. Why did Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam tell Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu that you are free from fire? Because he was the greatest man ever to come after the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. Why is he the greatest man? Because of the sacrifice that he gave for this deen, for Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and for Allah. He gave so much sacrifice. There's a story where he and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam were to go to Medina, but the Quraysh, they knew that they were going. So in order to not let the Quraysh know that they were going, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told Ali radiallahu anhu to sleep in his bed, thinking that the Quraysh might think that he is in the bed. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is in the bed. So while the Quraysh were in front of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's house, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam went away. The Quraysh did not notice. So when they came and they saw Ali radiallahu anhu, they got confused, like, where is Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? Anyways, while they were going towards Medina, they came to a cave. And the cave was on top of a mountain, so they had to climb the mountain. What Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu did, he took Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam on his back and carried him all the way to the top of the mountain to the cave. Not only that, when they went to the cave, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam felt a little tired, so he wanted to rest. So Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said, why don't you put your head on my lap and you can go to sleep. So he spread his leg out and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam put his head on his lap. So while he was sleeping, a spider came and started biting Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu's foot. So imagine Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is sleeping on his leg, he can't move it, it's Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and the spider is biting his foot. So he starts turning red and then he starts tearing. So one tear falls on Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and he wakes up. Like, what happened? Why are you crying? He said, you were sleeping, so I did not want to disturb you. There was a spider biting my foot. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam took his spit and wiped it on his leg. This is just only one story out of the many stories that how Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was the greatest man. And Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was very famous among the Quraysh. He was a regular businessman, everybody knew him, he was trustworthy. So when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came in the world, he, as a prophet, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, first person ever to accept Islam was Khadija radiallahu anha, amongst the women. But the first man to accept Islam was Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, every person that he went to invite them towards Islam, everybody hesitated, thought about it. This is new because this many years, or since 500 years, no prophet came, no different being came. Meaning they used to worship idols. But after 500 years, this person is coming and saying a new religion. So everybody hesitated, thought about it, and then accepted. But what Abu Bakr, without hesitation, right away he accepted right on the spot. Due to this, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that he will be the first person to ever enter Jannah before everybody. Since we are the last ummah, we are the greatest ummah. And amongst us, the first person ever to enter Jannah would be Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. On the day of judgment, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be very, very angry because of the sin of the humans, and his anger will be at the highest peak. So when everybody will be frustrated, all the prophets will be thinking about themselves only. Everybody will be thinking about themselves except for Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam will be thinking about his nation. Even in this world where he had concern and thought about his nation, even on the day of judgment where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is angry, nobody will sacrifice anything for anybody else. Even the mother will reject the son, the father will reject his daughter, the husband will reject his wife, like this. But the only person on that day will be thinking about others is Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So on that day, many people will go to different prophets to go ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to start the account, because they'll be standing and sweating. The sun will be either a hand span away or a mile away, very close, and they'll be sweating. So everybody will be frustrated and going to other prophets. Go, you're the friend of Allah, you go ask Allah to start the account. So all the prophets will be like, no, I did this in this world, Allah is angry with me, I'm just worried about myself. At the end, they'll come to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He's the last messenger and he is the greatest messenger. So when they'll ask Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam will say, well, yeah, I am the prophet and the last prophet, so let me go ask. So when he goes to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, please start the reckoning, everybody's frustrated. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, okay, so who will be the first to come for reckoning? He probably will be thinking either Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam will be the first, or any of the prophets. But what Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam will do, will grab Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and put him in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is seeing Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, all his anger will go down, it will calm down, just because he's looking at Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. This is how great Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu is. So, in this life, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was great because of his sacrifices. One story comes to mind. Once Umar radiallahu anhu tried to compete with Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, since he was the second best. So he tried to beat Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu in all different ways. So one day, I think Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asked the companions, bring anything you got for the battle that we're going to. All your belongings so we can use it in our battle. So Umar radiallahu anhu at that time, he thought to himself, this time I have a lot of money, I can probably beat Abu Bakr in this distribution. So what he did is he took half of his wealth with him and he left half with his family. So when he came to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asked the question, what did you leave behind for your family, not what you bought? Because Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam knew that Abu Bakr was not as rich as Umar radiallahu anhu. He would bring something less. But the question of what you left behind was the matter of fact that Abu Bakr was going to win. Why? Because when Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam asked Umar that, what did you leave behind? He said, I left behind half of my wealth with my family and I bought half for you and for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he said, okay. And he took the half and he let Umar go. So when Abu Bakr came, he asked him, what did you leave behind? He said, I left behind Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger and I bought everything I had. So imagine how much sacrifice Abu Bakr gave. Because of this, he is the greatest. Now my point here is not to tell the story of Sahaba or who they were or how they great they were, is that we as Muslims, we have to follow them. Because the normal prophets coming, and after the prophets, the Sahaba were the greatest people, and they were the role model of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. They followed Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and the best people that we have to follow is the Sahaba. And if the Sahaba are the greatest people, why shouldn't we follow the greatest of the Sahaba, who is Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu? So the point of this topic is to how we can think about how great Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and try to follow like him, so we can also be amongst us, be the greatest of all. So may Allah give me the tawfiq to act upon what has been said, and if I said anything wrong, Allah forgive me, and anything offending, I said to you guys, please